Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days brings in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires.
4 days shall quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights shall dream away the time, and the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnity.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment.
Yeah.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword and won thy love doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Egeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, my noble lord. This man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious Duke. This man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. Ow! And my gracious Duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in this case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you, your father should be as a god, one who composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. Thrice blessed they that master so their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which withering on the virgin thorn grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So I will grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship. Upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true he hath my love, and all that I own, my love will render unto him, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed My love is more than his, my fortunes in every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius, and, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am loved of beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nadar's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But Demetrius, come, and come, Egeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. Come, my Hippolyta. What cheer, my love?
Come now, my love. Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses in them do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which well I could beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. For either it is different in the blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or else misgraft in respect of years,
Spite, too old to be engaged to young.
or else it's stood upon by choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Maybe if there was sympathy in choice, if war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, so quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens but her house is 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and in that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, there I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? Not fair again, unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear, when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching, oh, were favor so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My tongue should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my ear should catch your ear's sweet melody. Oh, were the world mine, Demetrius being fated, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
I love the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Oh, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned to heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl a bladed grass, a time which lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gate we have devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helen, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I'm thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will know what all but he do know. For as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is when Cupid painted blind. For ere he looked on Hermia's eye, and he hailed on oaths he was only mine. But when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, then will he to the woods tomorrow night pursue her, and for this intelligence, if I've thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein I mean to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Hast thou read the story?
Absolutely. I cannot wait, sir.
Dost thou understand whither goeth its tragical passion?
Not quite, but I'm sure you will explain it, right?
I shall. Is all our company here?
You are best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here's the scroll of every man's name in all Athens thought fit to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for, and proceed.
Nick Bottom, you are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus, a lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest,
Francis Flute, the
yes,
bellows...
my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players.
Francis Flute...
This was Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows-mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
And what is Thisbe, a wandering knight?
It's the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisne, Thisne. Ah, Pyramus, lover dear, thy Thisbe did, and lady did.
No. You must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father, and Snug, the joiner. You must play the lion's part, and I hope here's a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be given me, for I am slow of study.
You may play it extempore, for it's nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar you that it will do any man's heart good to hear. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you should do it too terrible that would fright the Duchess and the ladies, that they would shriek, and that there'd be enough to hang every one of us.
And they would hang us.
Every
mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if that you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you, and 'twere any nightingale.
You cannot play any part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanly-like man. Therefore you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. Hey!
Masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you and request you and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, when we will meet in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. There we will rehearse, for if we meet in the town, we shall be dogged with attention and our devices known. Meanwhile, I will draw a bill of properties, such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
There we will meet, and we will rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains. Be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Hold or cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere. And I serve the fairy queen to dew her orbs upon the green. I must go and seek some dewdrops here and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits. I'll be gone. Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take care the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because the queen as her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forests wild. But she, perforce, withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, makes him all her joy. And now they never meet, in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do square. And all their elves for fear do creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not they? That frights the maidens of the village, skims milk and sometimes labors in the quern, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn, and sometimes make the drink to bear no barm, mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck, you do their work and they shall have good luck. Are you not they?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal. And sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on the withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometime for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, down topples she. Oh, but room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my queen, would he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon. Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland and in the shape of Corin sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here but that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing that I know of thy love for Theseus?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since midsummer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountains or by rushy brooks, but with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling on the land have every pelting river made so proud that they've overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere its youth attained a beard. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him more carol blessed, therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And, thorough this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. The spring, summer, the childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate. From our dissension, we are their parents and originals.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling child to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy kingdom buys not the child of me. His mother was a votaress of my order, and in the spice of Indian air by night full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands. She, being mortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within these woods intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will dance with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom! Fairies away, we shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. I will not from this grove until I revenge this injury. My gentlefolk, come hither. Thou remembrance since once I sat upon a promontory, that very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal, and loosed his love shaft smartly as though it should pierce 100,000 hearts. And I did mark where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, once milk white, now purple with love's wound. Maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me this flower, that herb I showed thee once. The juice of it hath the power, when on the eyes of sleeping man or woman laid, to make them fall madly in love with the next living thing they see. Fetch me that flower, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania while she is asleep, and play the juice of it in her eyes. The next living thing she sees, be it lion, bear, wolf, or bull, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can do with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, and woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Therefore get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, yet you draw not iron, for my heart is as true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I look on ye.
And I am sick when I look not on thee.
You do impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood like worlds of company. For you and my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am all alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I will run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wild hast not such a heart as you.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. And if thou follow me, do not believe but I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
I in the temple, the town, and the field do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere thou leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Hey, there it is.
Give it me. Give it me. Give it. Give it. Hey. Drop it. Drop it. I know a place where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and nodding violets grow. There sleeps Titania sometimes of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and the delights. And with the juice of this I will streak her eyes and fill her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it. Seek through this grove a sweet Athenian lady and love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou wilt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. Then meet me here again ere the first cock crows.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come then, a roundel and a fairy song, and to your offices and let me rest.
La 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 bye. La 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 bye. You spotted snakes with double tongues, thorny hedgehogs be not seen. Newts and blind worms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen. La 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 bye. La 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 bye. La 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 bye. Lullaby, lullaby, never
come not here. Hence, you before the wasteminers, hence, beetles black, avoid this place. Worm and snail make no offense. La 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 bye. La 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 bye. Hence, come away, all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou wakes, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce, or cat, or bear, pod or boar with bristled hair. In thy eyes which shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Dear love, you faint from wandering in the wood. And to speak in troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest here, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out a bed. I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow to us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes meaning in love's conference. I mean, being that my heart unto yours is knit, then one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, therefore two bosoms and a single troth. And by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty, such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to your fair prayer, say I, and I end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Oh, night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Churl, upon thine eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wake, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Let darkling leave me, do not so.
Stay, on thy peril, I alone will go.
I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser my grace. Happy is Hermia wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No. I am as ugly as a bear. For even beasts that meet me run away for fear. Oh, who is here? Lysander on the ground. Dead or asleep, I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake.
Huh?
Transparent Helena, nature shows art, that through thy bosom do I see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish by my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he loves your Hermia, lord what though, but Hermia still loves you, so then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent those tedious minutes with her I spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not trade a sparrow for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid.
Was I this keen mockery born, when at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did not know, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye? But you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But very well perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of a more true gentleness. Who that a lady of one man refused, should another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. And all my powers trust your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay me, for pity, what a dream was here. Oh, Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander, what, removed? Lysander, Lord, what, out of hearing gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, pat, and here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide.
Fire lake.
How answer you?
A perilous fear.
Must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. You must write me a prologue, and let this prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Won't the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Gentlemen, you ought to consider with yourselves that to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing.
Well, therefore, another prologue must tell that he is not a lion.
Nay. You must name his name. And half his face must be seen through the lion's neck. And he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed, let him name his name and tell them plainly, he is Snug the joiner.
Well, it shall be so, but there is two hard things. That is, how to bring the moonlight into the chamber for, Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night that we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac! Find out moonshine!
We need a calendar.
Find out
Everybody
moonshine!
got a calendar?
Would you have a calendar?
Pocket calendar, anyway?
Calendar, baby?
Hey,
A calendar.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got one?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Oh. What is... Oh, why?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
Yay, it doth shine that night.
This shines.
Oh,
Nay. Retire.
No.
Yeah. All right, give me that.
Yes. Why? Then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Or else someone must come in with a lantern and a bush of thorns and say he comes to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. But there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for the story says Pyramus and Thisbe did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that be so, all will be well. Come now, every mother's son, sit down and rehearse your part. Pyramus, you begin. When each of you has spoken his speech, enter into that break over there, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a play toward? I'll be an auditor. An actor, too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of Egeus save us. Odors save us sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than ever played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry, must you, for you must understand he's but going to see a noise he has heard and is about to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, of red rose on triumphant briar. O truest horse that yet would never tire, I'll visit thee at Ninny's tomb.
Ninny's tomb? Why, man, you must not speak that yet. That you say to Pyramus. You speak your whole part all at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
O truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! We are high! Pray, master! Pray, master!
I'll lead you about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire. And neigh, and grunt, and roar, and bark, and burn like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed! What do I see on thee?
Well, what do you see? An ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom! Bless thee, thou art Translate it!
Why, see there, knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To make me afraid if they could, but I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I'll walk up and down here, and then I will sing that they shall see I'm not afraid. The woosome cock, so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
Fancy sparrow and lark, plain song cuckoo gray. Though full many a man doth mark, dares not answer nay. For indeed, who would set his wits to so foolish a bird?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again, for mine ear is much enamored of thy note. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtues force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Well, methinks you have little reason for that, madam. But, truth be told, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors won't make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I've enough to make mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to tend thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so, that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Come on, mustard seed. And
Where shall we go?
be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him on apricots and dewberries, purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. To have my love to bed and to arise. Oh, and clip the wings from painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Not trim elves and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail!
Hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beg your worship's name.
Cobweb!
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Mistress Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman.
Peace Blossom.
I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peascod, your father. Good Mistress Peas Blossom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance, too. Your name, I beseech you, madam. Good Mistress Mustard Seed, I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. Well, I desire you of more acquaintance, good Mistress Mustard Seed.
Wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower lamenting some enforced chastity.
Tie
up my love's tongue. Bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awake. And if so, what next it was that came into her eye, which she must now dote upon in extremity. Ah, but here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress, with a monster, is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, when she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, who work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were gathered to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thickskin of this barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take. An ass's knoll I fixed upon his head. Anon, his thisbe must be answered. So at his sight, away his fellows fly, and at our stamp here o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries, and help to Athens calls. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. So in this moment, when it came to pass, Titania awaked, and straightway loved an ass.
It's thought out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian eyes with the love juices I bid thee do?
I took him sleeping. That is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, so that when he waked, of force, she must be eyed.
Stand aside. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away? It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, as so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. And yet you, the murderer, do look as bright, as clear as Venus in her yonder glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him, then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true, even for my sake.
You spend your passions on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, a while, I will remain.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. Of thy misprision what must for force ensue, some true love turned and not a false turned true.
Then fate overrules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
Go about this wood swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens wilt thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheers, with sighs of love that cost her true love dear. By some illusion look thou bring her here, I'll charm his eyes against thee to appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than the arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus in the sky. When thou wakest ye be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand. And the youth, mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Oh Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Swing aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
Fans are punning more and more when truth kills truth. Oh, devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me has put in two scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Or none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helena. Goddess, nymph, perfect divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystallis, muddy. Oh, how ripe those lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow, that pure congealed white. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite, oh hell! I see you're all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so. You are both rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit of manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know I know. And so with good will and all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours to Helen, to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, that love is all gone. My heart to her but as a guest wise sojourned. And now to Helena is it home returned, there to remain.
Helen, 'tis not so.
Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found, mine ear I think it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should we stay when love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, which would not let him bide. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they've conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? So I counsel we two have shared all of sisters' vows. The hours we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for hurting us. Oh, is it all forgot? All school days friendship, childhood innocence? Will you tear our ancient love asunder to join with men in mocking your poor friend? It is not maidenly, 'tis not friendly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
You not set Lysander but in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and set your other love Demetrius, who never now to spurn me with his foot, call me goddess, nymph, divine, celestial, rare. Oh. Wherefore tends he this to her he hates, and wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persevere, make vows on me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. The sport well carried shall be chronicled. Pity grace or manes, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence shall soon remedy.
Stay gentle, Helena. Hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more bearing than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I would lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
And I say I love thee more than he can do.
And if thou say so, withdraw, and prove it too.
Oh, well, quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Hang off, thou cat, thou brr! Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
Out, loath medicine, hated potion hence!
Do you not jest?
Truth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond. I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What, should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Though I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me wherefore? Oh, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say.
Aye, by my life I do, and never didst desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt, be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh, me! You juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love! What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
No faith of, modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness, and will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppy, you...
Oh.
Puppet! Aye, so. That way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage. Her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes!
Ow, 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 ow.
Let me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all truishness, or right made for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You may perhaps think that because she's something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower! Hark again!
Good, Hermia. Do not be so bitter with me. Evermore did love you, Hermia. Evermore did keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that. In love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you, and for love I followed him. But he hath chid me hence and threatened me, so now will you let me quiet go to Athens while I bear my folly back?
Why, get you gone! Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
Demetrius.
Be not afeard, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a fixing when she went to school. No, she be but little, she is fierce.
Little, again. Nothing but low and little. Why do you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of hindering not grass maid! You bee! You acorn!
Let her alone. Speak not of Helena, take not her part.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right, thine or mine, is most in Helena.
Follow, nay, I'll go with thee. Cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back!
Trusting her while I love to stay like cursed company. Her hands and mine are quicker for a fray. But my legs are longer than...
I am amazed and know not what to say.
Still thou mistakest, or commits thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise, for that I did anoint an Athenian's eyes. And so far I am glad it so did sort, as this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Bring these lovers to a place to fight. Hie, therefore, Robin, o'ercast the night, and bring the testy rivals so astray as one come not within the other's way. Like to Lysander, sometimes frame thy tongue, and stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and then sometimes rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with batty wings and leaden legs doth creep. Then into Lysander's eye crush this herb, whose liquor hath the virtuous property, to take from thus all error of his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When next they wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. Whilst I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. And then from her charmed eye I will release the monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
This must be done with haste.
Make no delay. We must effect this business ere the day.
Up and down, up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, O proud Demetrius? Speak thou now!
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight!
Follow me then, to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou run away, thou coward. Art thou fled? Speak. It's a bush. Where dost thou hide thy head?
Coward, art thou bragging to the stars? Telling the bushes thou lookest for wars and wilt not come? Come, recreant. Come, thou child. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
We'll try no manhood here.
The villain is quicker healed than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. Then am I fallen in a cold, uneven way. Here. Come, thou Petree. If thou once show me thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, ho, ho! Coward! Why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for I well wot thou runst ahead, shifting every place, and darest not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither. I am here.
Nay, then, thou mockest me. Therefore, thou shalt buy this dearly, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now, go thy way, for faintness doth constrain me to measure my length out on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be well visited.
Oh, weary night, a long and tedious night. Bake thy hours. Shine comforts from the east that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detests. And sleep, which sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye. Steal me a while for mine own company.
Yet but three? Come one more. Two of both kinds make up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Oh, Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here I will rest me till the break of day. Heavens shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in thy former lady's sight, and the country proverb shall be known, on your waking shall be shown, every man shall have his own. Jack shall have his Jill, naught shall be ill, the man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery seat. While I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair, large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom? Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Madame Cobweb?
Ready!
Oh. Where's Madame Mustard Seed?
What you will?
Nothing good, madame, but to help Cavalier Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, madam, for methinks I'm marvelous hairy about the face. And I'm such a tender ass that if I do but I must scratch.
Wilt thou hear some music, sweet love?
Oh, I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongs and the bones.
or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Oh, truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Sweet hay, good hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy, shall seek the squirrel's hoard, and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me, for I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou.
And
I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine, the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist, the female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Seest thou this sweet sight? The dotage now I do begin to pity, for having met her behind these woods, I did unbraid her and fall out with her, and when she had begged my patience, I did ask her for her changeling boy, which straight she gave me. And now I have the child. I will release this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, good Robin, remove the transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awakening again when the others do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of tonight's vexations than as the fierce vexations of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Beest thou as once to be, seest thou as once to see. Dian's bud over Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, awake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies thy love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, Oh, how my eyes do loathe this visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take the head from off his ass. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these 5 the sense.
Music, oh, music, such as charmeth sleep.
Now, when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes.
Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereupon these lovers be. Now you and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow night solemnly dance at Theseus' house triumphantly. And blessed be all this fair prosperity. There shall these sleeping lovers be wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Come, my lord, and in our flight tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
In the forest, the Athens forest, the lovers sleep tonight. In the forest, the Athens forest, the lovers sleep tonight. I am away. Yeah, I am away. I'm away. I'm away.
My love shall hear the music of my hounds uncouple in the western valley. Let them go. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top and mark the musical confusion of hounds that echo in conjunction. Judge when you hear.
But soft. What nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander, this Demetrius is, this Helena, old Nader's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No, good morrow, friend. No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Egeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Tomorrow? St. Valentine's is past. Begin these lovebirds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I know you two, stand up. You two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half asleep, half waking, that I cannot truly say how it is I came to be here. But, as I think, for truly I would speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of Athenian law...
Enough! Enough, my lord, you have enough! I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury followed them. Fair Helena, in fancy, followed me, and my lord, I wot not by what power, though by some power it is, my love to Hermia melted as the snow. Seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the virtue, faith of my heart. The object and pleasure of mine eye is only Helena. To her, my lord, I was betrothed ere I saw Hermia, but like a sickness I did loathe this food. but hasn't health. Come to my natural taste. Now, do I wish for it? Love it. Long for it. And will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Egeus, I will overbear your will. For in the temple, by and by, with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now is something worn. Our purpose hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come,
These things seem small and undistinguishable.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
So he thinks, and I found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own?
Are we awake? Do you not think that yet we sleep, we dream? Do you think that the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Well, then we are awake. Let's away. And, by the way, let's recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho! Peter Quince! Flute the bellows-mender! Snout the tinker! Starveling! God's my life. Stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he will go about to expound this dream. Methought I was, there is no man can tell what. Methought I was, methought I had, but man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor heart report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Has he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he come not, the play is marred. It go not forward, doth it?
It's not possible. There's not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
Oh, he has simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and is the best person, and is a very paramour of a sweet-voiced man.
You must say paragon. A paramour, God bless us, is a thing of naught.
The Duke is coming for the temple, and there's 2 or 3 lords and ladies more merry. Gone forward. We had been made men. Oh, sweet Pulley Bottom! Hey, where are these lads?
Oh, sweet Pulley Bottom!
Hey, where are these lads? Where are these lads?
Bottom! Oh, most courageous day, oh, most happy hour! Retire, good fellow.
I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what. For if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Every man look o'er his part. The short and the long is, our play is preferred. Hey! In any case, let this be, have clean linen. And let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And, most dear actors, eat no onion nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say, it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away!
Hey!
Yes!
'Tis strange, my Theseus, what these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. Such trick hath strong imagination that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy, or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed a bear.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds so transfixed together, more witnesses than fancies images, and grows to something of great constancy. Howsoever strange and admirable.
But here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts. Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour?
Here's a brief. How many sports are ripe? Make choice with your highness.
The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with the nuptial ceremony. A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his wife Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long. Which makes it tedious, for in all the play there is not one word apt, not one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself. Which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, did make mine eyes water. But more merry tears, the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, that never toiled in their minds till now, and now labor their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptials.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in this world, unless you can find sport in their intents to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
But she says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kinder we to give them thanks for nothing. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity in least speak most to my capacity.
So to please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we do offend, it is with our good will, that you should not think we come to offend, but with good will to show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come not in despite. We are not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here that you should here repent you. The actors are on hand, and by their show you shall know all you are like to know.
He hath played upon his prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth makes all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man, with lime and rough cast, doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through whose chink they are, poor souls, content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man, with dog and lantern and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine, if you would like to know, for it was by moonshine that the lovers found it not scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which is Lion, hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather, did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion, vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let wall, moonshine, lion, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, that one lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, young Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often, very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, this stone doth show that I am that same wall, the truth is so. And this the cranny, both right and sinister, through which the lovers are
to whisper. Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that I ever heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
O grim-looked night! O night with hue so black! O night, which ever art when day is not! O night! O night! Alack! 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 I fear my thisbe's prize is forgot. But thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Jove shield thee well for this. I thank thee, O courteous wall. But what see I? No thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, indeed, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter, and I am to spy her through the wall. You will see it. It shall pat as I have told you. Yonder she comes.
Oh, wall! Full often hast thou heard my moans. Thy moans for parting fair, Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have kissed thy stones. Thy stones, all with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love thou art, my love I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace. Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kissed thou wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away, thus go.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amend them.
It should be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in, a lion and a man.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here when lion rough and wildest rage doth roar. Yet know that I, one Snug the joiner, am a lion fell and yet no lion's dam, and if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast of a good conscience.
The very best at a beast that I saw, my lord.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord. For the valor cannot carry the discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lantern doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How else is it the man in the moon?
I grow weary of this moon. Would he would change?
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane. but yet, in courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is, all I can tell you, this lantern is the moon, myself the man the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, this dog, my dog.
All these things should be in the lanthorn, for all these things are in the moon. Silence, though. Here comes Thisbe.
Well, I'm here at Ninny's tomb. Where's my love? Well, I'm here at Ninny's tomb. Where's my love?
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Surely the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
Oh, and then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining thou so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, oh spite! But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here! Eyes, do you see? What can it be? Oh, dainty duck! Oh, dear! Thy mantle good. What? Stained with blood! Approach, ye furies fell! Oh, fates, come, come! Cut, thread, and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quail.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame, since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear? Who is? No, no. Who was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer? Come, tears, confound, outsword, and wound the pap of Pyramus. Aye, that left pap, where heart doth hop. Thus die I. Thus. 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 am I dead. Thus am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now,
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance it that Moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back to find her lover?
Well, she will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Oh, it should be a brief one, a short one for such as Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
Asleep, my love? What, dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak! Speak! Quite dumb. Dead? Dead? A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These, my cherry lips. These yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Are gone. Lovers, make moan. His eyes were as green as leaves. Oh, oh, sisters three, come, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, for you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Ooh. Ooh. Come, my breast and brew. And so, farewell, my friends. Thus, thisbe ends.
Oh.
Adieu. Adieu. Adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall too. No, assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Would it please you to see the epilogue?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse. Never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn, as much as we this night have overwatched.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now it is the time of night, that the graves, all gaping wide, every one lets forth his sprite, in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies, that do run by the triple Hecate's team, from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now our frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before, to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through this house give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar.
Hand in hand with fairy grace will we sing and bless this place.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed shall we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the lovers three ever true in loving be. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding than a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend, and, as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.